Hi guys, Robert McGowan here from Practically Free Porsche, and today I thought I'd give you a walk around my 993. So here it is. It's January 1995 build, 993, last of the air-cooled cars. You see it's got the standard Cup 2 alloy wheels. I've just put sport Contis on it, which I quite like. It's been a great car, it's been very reliable, there's been not much went wrong, hardly anything went wrong. Relatively cheap to maintain, maybe £1,000, maybe more a year. You put that aside, you won't go far wrong. Like I say, it's a standard car. I'll show you inside. This has got the classic grey interior with the early sport style seats. They're electric seats. They're very, very comfortable, and it's got the 6-speed manual gearbox. This is the first 911 to come with a 6-speed gearbox, and typical of all air-cooled 911s. It's quite quirky. It's got a little fuel cap here. You can press that and it pops up on the wing. It's got a couple of little quirks. The mirrors are slightly uneven in these cars. You can see this one is sat a little bit different from this side here. It's a strange wee quirk. Back into the interior a little bit. Got 2 back seats, albeit they're not very big, so you wouldn't get much in there. You'd maybe get some shopping in there or 2 small kids. These fold down, so you can use this space. These cars have got that kind of over-engineered sort of a solid feel to everything. Everything feels really well made and engineered like it is. And it's got the classic 911 5-dial dash with the tacho dead centre. As all 911s or air-cooled 911s have got. These interiors never really changed very much from the 60s when this car came out, 1964. The heating system in this car is a bit better organised than previous ones. Previous ones it was a bit mishmash. And you've got some little random buttons down here. And like I say, there's the aircon. You've got some pockets here to carry things in. No fuel, no cup holders or anything like that. This one's got a sunroof as well. And it actually came with these kind of larger style oval exhaust tips, which are quite nice. So if you're looking to buy an air-cooled, or a 993 I should say, the corrosion on these cars is actually, they're really well made, like I say, and there's not much rust to be found on these cars. Typically air-cooled 911s would rot round about the kidney bowl areas and round about other places like round about the lights front and back. The 993 is very good in that regard. They sometimes get a little bit of rust round the front scuttle areas here. So you always need to pull this bit back and check to see if there's any rust, because any rust that's lingering there will be a tip of the iceberg probably, and it's a windows out job to replace that. After mine's done, you also check the back. It's the same in the back. This one's very clean. This car spent most of its life down in West Sussex where there's a lot less salt on the roads. So it's a very clean example. It has been utterly reliable and I've had a very good time in it. If you're looking to buy it, I would check the rear bumper surrounds, the stays, sorry. The little brackets that hold the rear bumper on can sometimes corrode, but you wouldn't really know that unless you kind of moved it and it was moving around a fair bit, which this one isn't. You know, and the rear chassis legs have been known to corrode, but you wouldn't really see that unless you took the back bumper off, and I wouldn't go to that bother. You know, if you're ever in there, by all means have a look, but I wouldn't go taking bumpers off if you're looking at a car. Mechanical wise, they're very strong engines, they're very robust. They're getting to an aging stage now where sometimes you can get little seals that might start to kind of perish and dry up. You might get the odd like oil leak maybe coming to the upper or lower cam covers in that kind of area. Fairly easy to fix. Quite a lot of old 911s do tend to drop or leak just a little bit of oil, and as long as it's not much, you can sort of live with that. If it starts to become, you know, if you're filling it up between services or whatever, then you can maybe start thinking about investigating further. But these cars are generally known for not requiring a rebuild as often as previous air-cooled cars do, because they're so strong and so well made. I love this car. It's my pride and joy, and you know I love coming out here, out in the Campsie Hills, and you know, having some time just driving the thing, and it never ever fails to put a smile on my face. But air-cooled, in fact, Porsches generally do that anyway. But there's something special about the air-cooled cars, for me anyway. They kind of get under your skin, you know, and they kind of become part of you and part of your family. So I'd highly recommend one for a purchase. You'd maybe spend about £40,000 in the UK for a kind of a, you know, I wouldn't say a low mileage, but maybe 100,000 miles or so, which is fine, you know, on these cars. Never ever be put off by relatively high-ish miles on. Not that 100,000 is high, it's certainly not. But never be put off by high miles in Porsches, as long as it's just been looked after. Condition and history are always paramount, not the mileage. Especially when you get to these older cars, so don't be discouraged by that, and don't try not to be too picky with colour schemes, because really you should just look at what's available and pick the best car available. The C2 has got the black aluminium calipers as opposed to the C4, which has the silver calipers. That's a kind of quick way of tearing them apart, because they've both got the same body style, only the C4's got a little 4 at the back here, and that's different from the 4S. The 4S in these cars has got the wide body for the turbo and the brakes and suspension for the turbo. Quite a rare car, as is the C2S. You know, prices have shot up for those because they're so desirable, they're so sought after. But then all 911s are sought after and desirable. These ones have seen quite a spike in popularity over the last few years. I think it's partly because people really appreciate the character and the soul that these cars have got. They don't make them anymore, and they're not going to. So these cars they're quite different animals from the water-cooled cars, and to drive one, it's a very different kind of a analog type of experience. It feels very different from modern cars. It's a bit more of a physical car to drive, but you become more involved in the drive, and each and every drive is an event. It's a you know, you never forget it, and it's each time you drive one of these cars, you're smiling at the end of it, and it's an absolute joy. So with that said, why don't we go for a drive? Let's go. So here we are on the Crow Road in the Campsie Hills. This is one of my regular drives, and I sometimes cycle here as well. So the first thing you notice when you sit in a 993 or any air-cooled Porsche for that matter is the slight smell that you can smell. It's got a lovely distinctive smell from the interior of these cars. It's a kind of leathery, kind of oily smell. It doesn't sound very good, but it actually is. It's very distinctive of air-cooled 911s. The next thing you're aware of is how close you are to the windscreen. You sit quite close to the windscreen in 911s, air-cooled 911s I should say. And the sports seats are very, very comfortable, and you sit snugly in them. The seating position is just spot on, it's fantastic. You've got a slight offset at the pedals, slight offset to the left hand side in this right hand drive car. I don't mind, it's not uncomfortable. I'm fairly happy to drive like that. It's got floor hinged pedals which kind of push against your feet, especially the accelerator. It's spring loaded so that it sort of pushes back against your foot a little bit, which makes it quite controllable. The pedals feel, in fact everything feels like a kind of a over-engineered high quality item that it is. Air-cooled 911s have got that feeling about them. It's just this kind of a over-engineered kind of a unbustable feel to everything, with power in reserve no matter what you do to it, you know. It feels fast. This car's got about 272 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 5.2 seconds. Keep it in the power band at about 4,500 revs, and it certainly feels fast enough. And these cars have got a great sensation of speed, so that even 30 miles an hour feels like 30 miles an hour, unlike some of the newer cars where the sensation of speed's been kind of engineered out a little bit. Just picking up the revs. The Campsie Road is a fantastic road for taking a car on. It's got a couple of hairpins, and it's got some nice sweeping bends as well. I come here quite a lot. It's just to to drive an air-cooled 911 quickly, it's a different way of driving, and you're quite aware of the weight in the back of the car. Not so much with these ones. These ones have got a kind of aluminium multi-link rear subframe and suspension that was made to kind of help dial out the understeer, or the snap oversteer I should say, when you go round a corner. And for arch, it more or less did that. I mean, you'd have to be driving really quite recklessly to lose the back end in one of these cars. They feel so planted, so assured on the road. Typical 911s, they've got the kind of slight front end bob at the front, and the steering wheel in this car, it sort of chatters away a wee tiny bit. These have got the old analogue steering systems, unlike newer 911s that have got the electromechanical steering, which feels a little bit different. But these cars are absolutely old school, and they look and they feel old school, and everything is just the way, you know, what it should be. And you know, the dashboard is just, it's so easy to read the dashboard, and everything, like I say, is within reach. Visibility is really good. Quite a lot of head height as well, so even if I'm 5'10", I've got loads of room. Even if you're 6 foot, you would have lots of room in this car. Quite an upright windscreen, but you know, yeah, it's a fantastic driving thing. It feels pretty quick. I just like you hear the engine a little bit from inside. I mean, like I say, I've had this car for 8 years now, and I can tell you that you never get sick of hearing that noise. That raucous air-cooled noise is just, it's absolutely intoxicating, is what it is. And to come out here, you know, and drive this car and just not think about anything else for a while and just zone out, it's just you and the car, man and machine. It's addictive, you know, it's kind of like a drug, I suppose. It's like therapy in a way. It's just time to zone out and just to enjoy yourself and get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. So, you know, whatever's going on in your life, be it work or family or relationships or whatever it is, you come out here and drive your Porsche,